Hi, welcome to Flourish. I'm Pamela Crouch, Executive Director of Living Proof Exhibit. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate and support people touched by cancer. Tonight we will share stories of hope, joy, and inspiration while we step away from the stress of the day. Because that's what Living Proof Exhibit does. We use the arts to reduce the stress associated with a cancer diagnosis. And that's what we're going to do tonight. You will see a beautiful exhibition of art created by cancer survivors, listen to an aria inspired by cancer patients, and hear stories about the differences you have helped us make in people's lives. Through it all, I encourage you to breathe and open your hearts to the possibilities that the arts provide. This has been an interesting year for all of us. I don't know about you, but there have been many times that I've forgotten to breathe, to really calm my heart and breathe deeply. This has been a year of constant change and adaptation. In fact, we're adapting right now, since you're seeing us online instead of in person. And because we are virtual tonight, so many more of you are able to join us. Thank you. Our organization was founded a decade ago on hope and possibilities, and we continue to find opportunities to get the arts into the hands of people who need them. Our friends at Gilda's Club hosted our virtual creative sessions, where we made art out of everyday items. Ryan Collins at the Midwest Writing Center taught online writing sessions. And our partners at the Figge Art Museum will offer a virtual artist talk to complement our exhibition there later this month. So many people working together to help the cancer community. That community is larger than you might think. 1,500 Quad citizens a year are diagnosed with cancer. When you add in their family and friends, that number swells to 15,000. Our programming reaches nearly 7,500 of those people. This year, because our programming is on our YouTube channel, we have extended our reach beyond the immediate area, and hope is being spread throughout the Midwest and across the nation. Possibilities. Because we are online, we can actually share our programming with even more people than we ever thought possible. It's sometimes hard to think optimistically and look for possibilities when we are in the midst of a pandemic. I hear so many people talking about this new normal that we have. People with cancer have used the words new normal for years to describe their life before and after cancer. Adapting to a new way of life and all of the stress that it brings is exactly why we are here tonight, to raise funds and support of people impacted by cancer. Stress inhibits the body's ability to heal. The arts reduce that stress. The funds raised tonight go to support our free programming. Yes, free, because frankly, cancer is expensive and support shouldn't be. Even with all of the changes this year, one thing has remained constant, and that is the support of our friends and our community. Specifically, our sponsors for this evening. Please join me in thanking Unity Point Health Trinity, Royal Neighbors of America, Jan Masamoto, WQAD, D Films, the Quad City Botanical Center, Zimmerman Honda, IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union, High Life Incorporated, Hignites, and Patrick Adamson. Enough of me talking. Let's hear from three people who have been helped through our mission: Mike Zeglin, Terry Wilson, and Julie Madison.
Hi, my name is Michael Zeglin, and I'm doing this little spiel for Living Proof Exhibits. It's an organization that I got involved with my cancer. I'm a cancer survivor, and I started doing some projects that they offered free of charge that I didn't know why I was doing them, but it turned out as I was doing them, the reason why it came about. When you've got cancer, you're dealing with a lot of stuff every day that's hard to deal with. But when you start doing these little projects like The night we made paper, we made out of composted paper or something, we made paper. It was so entertaining, and the people were all laughing. And you know, I was talking with other people who all were dealing with cancer, and as we laughed, we started laughing about our cancer. And I really feel they give us something that is just a gift from God. They give us a way to forget what we're dealing with and a way to come home to being okay with what we got. It's a wonderful organization, and they do a great job for our community and for me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Terry Wilson, and I'm honored to serve as a board member of Living Proof Exhibit. Our mission is so unique and so very important. Most of us have in some way been impacted by cancer. When I first heard about Living Proof, I had recently lost my father to this formidable foe, and my nephew was fighting for his life. Thanks to this organization, I've learned so much about the therapeutic benefits of the arts. Our vision is to provide hope and celebration for those with cancer and all who love them.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm a 30-year breast cancer survivor. I like doing Living Proof Exhibit because it pushes my boundaries. I'm not very creative usually, so it's given me a little extra outlet that I wouldn't have tried any other time, so it's pretty therapeutic for me, and I really enjoy my time.
Did you know that Living Proof Exhibit distributes 1,000 Art2Go projects every year? We have coloring books designed by cancer survivors, puzzles designed by cancer survivors, and even tote bags filled with a variety of art projects. We share these projects with our partners at Unity Point Health Trinity and Genesis Health Systems, as well as with Gilda's Club, for them to share with their patients and members. This year, because we weren't able to deliver our art projects, we mailed them. Patients were able to request our watercolor boxes, families were able to send them to relatives, and those little art boxes flew across the country to bring hope and healing to so many people. Possibilities. These programs are made possible by support from you and our community. Please take the time to visit our auction on Facebook. Every time you place a bid, you are helping to improve the quality of life of someone touched by cancer. Plus, you might even come away with a treasure for yourself. Our friend Patrick Adamson narrated the auction teasers. Be prepared to laugh before you shop. His delightful commentary can be found on our YouTube channel. You can also go directly to our website, livingproofexhibit.org, and make a gift of support. Now I would like to introduce you to Nisha and Brian Ladley, Gina Kirschbaum and Corey Ford, who will tell you a bit more about the impact of Living Proof Exhibit.
Hi, I'm Brian, and this is my wife Nisha. We're artists, and we support the Living Proof Exhibit because it provides cancer patients and survivors with an inspirational outlet through the arts.
We've both seen firsthand the impact that cancer has had on our loved ones and how important it is that they feel they're not alone. The art created by survivors not only helps them, but helps those close to them, and those cherished moments can last a lifetime. We hope that you will join us today by making a donation to help support this incredible organization.
Hi, I'm Gina Kirschbaum. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor since 2013. Living Proof Exhibit has expanded my social circle and given me confidence to pursue a dream of mine to make and sell my own art. And it's just given me a creative outlet to get together with people that have my same shared experience and just relax and have fun.
Hi, my name is Corey, and I'm not a cancer survivor, but my life has been impacted by cancer. I enjoy the Living Proof Exhibit classes as a creative outlet. They're so relaxing. You learn new, different forms of art, and you meet a lot of new people.
Thank you for your stories. And now, Denise Hanetka from WQAD will take us on a tour of art created by cancer survivors. Nancy and John DeDecker invited us into their garden. Nancy is a cancer survivor, and her creativity thrives in her garden. While you're watching the art tour, I want you to breathe. Really breathe. 4 counts in and hold for 2 counts, 4 counts out. Do this several times during the garden tour, and we'll talk afterwards.
For the past 10 years, Living Proof Exhibit has been providing hope and compassion through the arts and celebrating the creative spirit of those touched by cancer. I'm Denise Hanitka, and I am here in this garden today, surrounded by some beautiful artwork created by cancer survivors. This exhibition is one of many ways that Living Proof Exhibit provides relief from the stress of a cancer diagnosis. So let's take a walk. Our stroll through the garden today is our visualization of hope. I want to show you this first piece. It's by Linda Sykes. It's a watercolor monotype called A Blustery Blue Storm. Perfect name because you can really feel the movement in these clouds. Now over here, this piece is by Terry Reinartz. She created this negative space acrylic during one of the Living Proof Exhibit's creative sessions. And over here, Judy Heath has a watercolor that's called Bromeliads on Fire, and it just explodes with color and energy. Art has been a part of her life since she was a child. She soon learned that seeing things with an artist's eye is very different than it is for those who don't. Judy says we see everything in values, depth, and relevance. We are cropping and pasting constantly everything we see. Seeing the reflection in a small puddle at the side of the road is overlooked by most, but not an artist. Mentally, we're seeing the color value and depth and feasibility of incorporating it into a painting down the road. Judy was diagnosed with breast and lung cancer in 2017, and for a year and a half, those treatments quashed any feelings of creativity that she had, until she took a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Italy, and when she returned, she was ready to paint again. Art has always been such an important part of her life. Now for our first photograph in the collection. The artist of this photograph is Pat Dilla. It's called Clouds Over the Prairie, and it offers a quiet time of solitude, especially as your eyes get lost into those deep, dark grays. Now, contrast this quiet tone with this piece over here. And how about a little whimsy on our walk as we take a look at this watercolor piece? This is Peter Rabbit by Sue Lemon. Our next artist, Mary Ellen Cunningham, must have a vacation on the brain right now. This photograph triggers all the senses. You can feel your toes in the sand, that cold drink in your hand, and you can hear the waves rolling onto the beach. It's all right in this picture. Now from a beach vacation to an Arctic expression. This piece is called Iceland, and it's by Kent Broadbent. And it's made using oil and a textured paste. The texture is what really draws you into this one. Kent's cancer journey began on February 15th, 2010. After surgery and treatments, he fell into a deep funk. Why did this happen to him? Why was he so lucky to survive when so many others had died? And when would his cancer, that he still has, end his life? Still depressed in the winter of 2013, Kent stumbled upon his old oil paints and brushes in the basement when he was snowed in for a couple days. He always thought he might start painting again when he retired. Now he thought, why wait? He cleaned his brushes, found an old canvas that hadn't been used, and started painting. He lost himself in painting for a couple hours and just felt happy again. He realized he forgot about feeling sorry for himself when he was creating art. Art comes in many forms, including in the form of jewelry. Marla Anditch created this necklace and earring set using a polymer clay and a wire wrapping. This next photo is just as relaxing as the beach. Pamela Crouch's photo of Cooper is such a good reminder of how important our pets are in this process to keep us calm when we're feeling stressed, and Cooper's been on Pamela's side every step of the way. The bright colors jump right out of the frame of this piece. Nancy Early's painting is called Three Sisters, inspired by and named after her three sisters. And family is also the inspiration behind this next piece. The artist is Lene Ramos, and her piece is called Tender Hearts. There is inspiration in every inch of this piece called Focusing the Power. It's a mixed media collage by Teresa Saltzman. She created it in one of the creative sessions at Living Proof Exhibit. Another mixed media piece to show you. This one is called Crow's Meadow. It's by the artist Gina Kirschbaum. As a child, Gina was always drawing, coloring, painting, and creating. It was her thing. As an adult, though, life took over and her art was put aside. Married with 3 boys and a full-time job, there was just no time for her art, although she squeezed in creativity when she could. In 2008, cancer took over Gina's life. Diagnosed with stage 3C melanoma, she spent all of her time and energy doing everything she could to live. The cancer came back 2 more times. No longer able to work, Gina says she found herself bored and depressed. Then she found art again. Art gave me back my life, she says. She is alive, and she believes that's what her work embodies: joy, color, and most of all, life. Carol Brandt used glass mosaic on stone as a form of meditation during her cancer treatments. This piece came together as Frog. Each of these artists embodies the joy and hope of Living Proof Exhibit. Each one has benefited from the healing powers of the arts provided by Living Proof Exhibit. This is what your gift supports. So join me in celebrating these creative spirits and by supporting a wonderful organization.
Thank you, Denise. That was beautiful. When I practice deep breathing, I often say to myself, breathe in, I calm, breathe out, I smile. If I happen to be in public, people start smiling with me. I hope that you are all relaxed and ready to bid on our auction items. So many of the artists that you saw in the garden video have donated art to this auction. Many started showing in our annual exhibitions, and now they have their own websites and show and sell throughout the country. They use the arts to share their vision of the world and share beauty and hope. When you bid on an auction item on our Facebook page or make a gift through livingproofexhibit.org, you are sharing in their joy. Next up, some of our artists, Teresa Saltzman and Laura and Ron Weinberg, talk about joy and hope they found through the Living Proof exhibit. Plus, there's a special message from board member Amy Jones.
Hi, I'm Teresa Saltzman. I'm a breast cancer survivor since 2012. Very grateful for Living Proof exhibit and for helping me tap into the artist that was hidden deep inside. So grateful for the program during COVID-19 when we couldn't really get together and do things. I was brave enough to start some projects at home without Pamela, and I'm just finding that I really enjoy it, and I have a little home studio now, so grateful for Living Proof.
Hi, my name is Laura Weinberg.
And I'm Ron Weinberg.
And we live in Fairfield, Iowa. We are both cancer survivors for many years now and have been displaying our art with Living Proof Exhibit organization. I do mostly abstract paintings using acrylics. This is one of my pieces over the sofa. Here's another piece. I have also self-published 9 books and 2 CDs. This is one of my books, Beauty in the Moment, and has an image on the cover of one of my paintings.
And I do photography. I print my photographs on canvas, and I'll show you two of them as an example. This is one, and the other is that.
We are very grateful to Living Proof Exhibit for offering opportunities for greater exposure of our art and others. They are so amazing by supporting and encouraging cancer patients and cancer survivors to express themselves through the wonder of a variety of art forms. My personal goal with all my creative expressions is to inspire and uplift others to bring greater happiness and joy in their lives.
And the photography that I create is already in nature. I photograph anything that is in nature. I just take an aspect of something in creation to show the world the beauty that exists only if you look.
A big thank you to Living Proof Exhibit
for all they do to help others.
Yay, Living Proof Exhibit!
Hi, my name's Amy Jones, and I'm a board member for Living Proof Exhibit. Thank you for your support. One of the reasons I continue to be involved with this organization is because I can see the true difference that it makes in people's lives as they're dealing with something very stressful. They can come to one of our sessions, get creative, have time alone or time with others, create connections. And during such a stressful time, we provide an outlet for many, all those that can be impacted in many different ways by cancer. Thank you again for your support.
We use all art mediums in our programming, not just visual arts and writing, but also music. When we approached the Quad Cities Symphony to ask how we could partner with them to provide more music in our programs, they responded with, "Let's commission an opera." Dr. Jacob Banks from Augustana College interviewed more than 30 people impacted by cancer, from patients and caregivers and family members to oncologists, nurses, radiologists, and social workers. He used those conversations to create a stunning opera called Karkinos, which is Greek for cancer. The opera will premiere on February 13th, 2021, but tonight, Dr. Banks will accompany mezzo-soprano Kelly Hill as she sings the Maid's aria.
Sooner or later, a seedling
Wow, I have goosebumps. That is just a small part of Carquinos. Did you see yourself in that performance? The Maid is a combination of all of the cancer survivors who were interviewed. They are the ones we turn to when we share our messages of hope. They are the reason that we named our annual exhibition a visualization of hope. Why so many of our creative sessions are taught by cancer survivors, and why our Art to Go projects are designed by cancer survivors. Or have you, like the Maid, lost a loved one to cancer? Then her story is your story as well. All of you, patients, survivors, family, friends, and caregivers, you and your stories are the reason we provide hope and healing through the arts. You can bring joy to people touched by cancer by making a gift to our programming at livingproofexhibit.org and by bidding on the auction items on our Facebook page. With your help, together, we can make these possibilities a reality. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Unity Point Health Trinity, Royal Neighbors of America, Jan Masamoto, WQAD, D Films, the Quad City Botanical Center, Zimmerman Honda, IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union, High Life Incorporated, Ignites, and Patrick Adamson. And thank you. Thank you to all of you who have joined us this evening. Remember to breathe and believe in possibilities. Good night.